Talk about building a solid foundation.
Yes.
Who builds a house on a sandy soil or right in front of the beach? That is what debt is.
Exactly.
Debt is basically stealing from your future.
Yes.
It's spending something that you don't have,
Yes.
but every work that you do today is paying towards that
Yes.
which you now have, but it's worthless.
It's exactly. So everything you're working for right now, you cannot keep because you have engaged in a purchase that is
Now taking
far ahead of what you are able to afford at the point in time. You know, your intelligence has been abused. You have been gaslighted to no end, to the point where you don't even know what is a man or a woman. Okay? You don't even know what proper morals are, what you should be teaching your kids at various ages. The phone is raising your kids, the school is raising your kids,
the TV is raising your kids, the internet is raising your kids.
What do you have control of?
Nothing.
But you know, one of the main ways to take back control of your life, take back control of your environment, and most importantly, take back control of your power to make decisions, to be where you want to be in life, is by taking control of your finances. And one of the best ways to do that is to establish a solid financial foundation.
They say build your house on the solid rock. Preach.
Today, we'll teach you how to build your house on a solid rock, reinforced by carbon fiber, and infused with dynamite. Wait, that will actually try to blow the thing up from inside, wouldn't
it? Build your house on the moon, basically.
Yes. We are going to be telling you how to build a solid financial foundation. And in this process, okay, we're going to touch on three main items. Protection, which is protecting your money. The base of the money that you're interacting with, that is where it has to start from.
You know, they got to create the money first.
Well, yes, you got to create the money first for sure, but you know, in the sense of also, you know, yes, when you create that money,
yes,
where are you loading it into?
Exactly.
Right. Then we're going to talk about debt management and then savings.
Put the money away.
Okay. Before we save and before we manage our debt, or while we're managing our debt, right? Sometimes you can also walk and chew gum at the same time. And like Double O rightfully said, we have to start by ensuring some sort of cash flow, right?
Yes.
Figure out a way to make some money some way, somehow. But once you start making this money, you want to put it in a place where, one, it is not being debased. Because when it comes to protection, right, these are the things that we're trying to protect our value from. Debasement, inflation, and taxes. Censorship as well, and theft. So security is also in there.
Yep.
Double up.
Don't put that gold under your bed.
Exactly. Talk to us about protection.
Protection, right? So one of the best ways to protect your money, actually, which is people don't even think about this, is having a good budget.
Yes.
Right. So you have to know what money is coming in and what money is going out. There's a lot of apps out there. I'm not going to be over here trying to pitch some app to you, but you got to have a monthly budget.
Yeah.
A 3-month, 6-month review of your budget to see where your money is going.
Yep.
That is your number one protection, because I tell you, man, the media is out there selling all sorts of stuff to you. It's constant brain manipulation.
Exactly.
You're out here buying stuff that you didn't even plan to buy.
Exactly.
So that's a different form of protection, right?
Right.
But then you start protecting your money once you have an idea of where your money is going. You now want to store it away.
Yes.
Some will say put it in the bank. Bad idea. I mean, it's there, but inflation is eating away at it at a very, very fast rate. Currently, right now in the US, they tell you that inflation's at 3%. Nah, we know. Go to the grocery stores. You're probably spending $300-400 more than what you were spending last year.
Yeah.
Your insurance are up. Everything is up. So you need the high yield savings account.
Yeah.
But in your savings account, though, you want 3 to 6 months worth of savings. I repeat, 3 to 6 months worth of savings for emergencies.
Yeah.
So that is how you protect your money. That's just in the current financial
in the
system,
current
so
setup.
that you need money for what you need right away.
Of course.
Because we're not yet in the fully digital Bitcoin world yet, but you need money to survive in this current fiat world. That is the protection that you have for now.
Well, this is where I would also add another dimension to that. While we are not in the full digital Bitcoin world yet, we are in a transition period. It is a technology that is available to all of us right now to start changing the way we interact with money. I think that the foundation, the base of protecting value is by using solid money. Hardest money on earth. This is why things like gold exist, right? People will tell you to buy gold so that you can protect your wealth. Well, some people have called Bitcoin digital gold. You can look at it that way. If the money that you are working so hard for can be easily deflated in value the moment you wake up tomorrow by maybe Jerome Powell coming in and saying one thing or another, maybe by Japan over there deciding to dump a bunch of stuff.
Nigerians are going through it right now, man.
Exactly. Listen, you cannot debase Bitcoin instantly like that. These are the facts. This is also the reason why people buy things like gold, right? Because you want to find the hardest form of money. And I think that starting from that point is a great way to protect your value. It's also a great way to protect your value from being censored, controlled. I remember a while back you said on the show that sometimes people can have their money in the banks in Nigeria and they go to withdraw it.
You can withdraw it.
And you cannot withdraw it.
Yes.
Your money should always be available to you.
At any time.
Right? Even here in the US, right? When you look at the Robin Hood situation and things like that, right? Everyone's funds was withheld from them at the time when it was most important. Right? It is never when you don't need it. It is at the time when it is absolutely critical.
Yep.
That was the point of maximum profits, and it was frozen and denied from the people. This is why decentralized systems like Bitcoin exist.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's push on then. Let's talk about debt management.
Talk about building a solid foundation.
Yes.
Who builds a house on the sandy soil or right in front of the beach? That is what debt is.
Exactly.
Debt is basically stealing from your future.
Yes.
It's spending something that you don't have,
yes.
But every work that you do today is paying towards that which you now have, but it's worthless.
It's exactly. So everything you're working for right now, you cannot keep because you have engaged in a purchase that is
now taken
far ahead of what you are able to afford at the point in time. You know, this is one area. Recently, I was looking at some videos on TikTok.
not even on YouTube. TikTok.
Hey, because listen, TikTok is a place where women go to cry. If you want to see the good stuff, that's where you have to go. Listen, you let me not go down. This time around, the women are crying about the expenses, the difficulty of affording a house. You know, there was a point in time where you saw a lot of articles which said, oh, women are now the leading homeowners in the US. Women are more educated. They're holding more degrees and so on and so forth. Right? And then you have some people who come in and say, oh, black men, where are you? You have to pick up the pace and catch up. Catch up to what exactly? Catch up to submerging ourselves in debt? Because you see, what happened was that the strong black or the strong independent women of America all decided that they needed to buy a house. You're buying this massive house, taking on debt that is typically, there's a reason why a house is a family house, right? It's two incomes navigating the situation. But you decided that you want to get a house by yourself.
I don't need a man. I can do it by myself.
Okay. What they did not see was that garbage disposal will break. AC will break. You have to mow your lawn. There is various things. They think they just buy the house and then it just, right?
Takes care of itself.
So now you must be able to pay handyman to handle any sort of maintenance whilst trying to pay for your house. Then one of the things they're also crying about is that their houses tax value, or the value of the house
Taxation,
is reanalyzed,
yep,
and then now all of a
gotta pay
sudden,
more.
yes, which means that this debt is now chopping them left and right, and they have no response. When you are in this state, you are most vulnerable. When you're in this state, you are a slave. First of all, let me point it out to you,
The
because now you
banks.
work for the banks and you cannot think straight. You don't have freedom to navigate the world as you
Shit,
would
you're
like.
spending more time away from the house trying to make money.
Exactly. To
That
pay for a house that you're
that's
not even staying in.
can I add to that real quick? Let me send you guys back to history school again. Once again, we go back to World War II. Right.
Yes.
The war finished and we're like, oh, we can fix what problem?
Mm.
Oh, wait a second. You never let a bad opportunity go to waste.
Yeah.
So what the IMF, the World Bank, the World Trade Organization, which eventually came in the 90s,
Right.
did was let's capture these people into the system of debt.
Mm-hmm.
They did not only do that to your personal economy, they did that to major nations,
Yes.
right? So they will fund your indebtedness to indirectly control your economics,
Mm-hmm.
your politics, and you. So what has
This is
happened
true.
in America though is that we think that America is controlling the world. America is controlling America. You should ask yourself, who are the families that own, or the businesses that own the World Bank,
Mm.
that owned the World Trade Center, that owned what the IMF?
The IMF. Yeah.
Those are the people that is enslaving all of us. Here's why: you must get in debt to go
Yeah.
to school to get knowledge.
Yeah.
You must get in debt to have a vehicle.
Yeah.
Then when you come out of school, you're spending most of your time paying that debt to get ahead. But then you must get in debt. Do you remember that your financial advisor will tell you once you're making over 60K, over 70K, you got to go buy a house so
Yes.
that your taxes go down?
I remember that.
So guess what? You must also get in debt to avoid taxes in a way.
Yeah.
But then you also have to get in debt to look nice.
So everything about the system then is set up towards pushing you towards debt.
That's why they have the credit system.
It sounds like a trap. A trap that will allow you to not be able to live out your financial freedom.
Live your life the way you want to live it.
Exactly. This is why we bring up debt management. You must get rid of these liabilities in your life, or at least make sure that you have a good understanding and management of these things. If you cannot manage it accordingly, then it is best to minimize it or avoid it altogether.
Yep.
I know that right now, a lot of people in this country do not have the ability to travel out.
Sure. Remember we did
And
that
just,
analysis? It was $1,000. Americans cannot save
yes,
$1,000.
yes,
They're living
exactly,
paycheck to paycheck.
exactly. But they have massive loans, and listen, it's okay, man. Take the 2 weeks that they're giving you right now, but take those 2 weeks and try to do the best you can with it. In fact, there's not a lot of 2 weeks right now because a lot of people are getting fired. Now, let's talk about savings. This is our final one here.
Building the foundation.
Yes.
Well, save your soul.
It has to be the first one.
That's what you gotta save your soul.
Yeah.
Because if all you're doing is watching TV,
Mm-hmm.
on your phone all the time,
Yep.
and you're not learning from content like this that we're providing, then you can't exit the system,
No.
right?
No.
And at the beginning of the show, we talked about savings. You have to save. You just have to save. But then you gotta save in an asset that does not get devalued.
Valid. Yeah.
It might get devalued over a short period of time because you're looking at the price action on the exchanges. But the purpose of saving is not short term. It's not like I need the money tomorrow.
It's money for the future.
It's the foundation for your future, for your
Yeah.
future generation, for your legacy.
Yes.
And one asset that has proven to be around and continually grow is Bitcoin.
It's Bitcoin.
It's the best savings, actually.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the best savings. You're looking at something that is a fixed amount. It is being recognized. Listen, whether nations want to recognize it or not, okay, it is being recognized as really this global asset, right? And every country that has touched it, you cannot go back. You know, Once you have interacted with it, you have some countries that have accepted payments in it. You have ones that are making illegal tender. Have ones that are just lenient with it because it cannot be banned. We've seen how this has played out in places like Nigeria. We've seen how it's played out in places like China as well, where the government might think that they have control over these things, but they just find out that they are trying to engage water, or they're trying to cage water with a open net. It just does not work.
Bitcoin is the only savings that would save you.
Mhm.
Again, I'll repeat, Bitcoin is the only savings technology that will save you from the grips of the IMF, of the grips of the World Bank, of the World Trade Organization, of all these institutions that are constantly stealing your wealth.
Absolutely.
As a company, as a family, as a nation, that is that one technology that is global, decentralized, right?
Yes.
That allows you to access your assets, your money anywhere around the world.
So here is the bottom line here, ladies and gentlemen, and humans of other flavor. We'll have to be all inclusive now.
Yes.
Yeah. You see us? You could say we are evolving. Unlike these degenerates in the UK that are backsliding. They could not hold the racism in anymore. he just burst out the seams. But here's the bottom line. 1, you want to protect your money. Use a solid form of money. 2, debt management. You must reel it in. Stop taking on more debt. Identify the things that you are really spending on. Are they wants or needs? Right? That's always good. And finally, as you start to see some benefits from this debt management proof of work, which is bringing in your income, how are you going to start saving? You want to have a long-term horizon, and you want to, again, save in an asset that is fully under your control. This will start laying down a solid financial foundation for yourself and the future. Because I'll tell you what, the future of finance is on Bitcoin, because it's definitely not on that debt clock that keeps running up and up and up. That's all I got. Anything else, Double Up?
Champions! If you not like and subscribe, go ahead and do it now. That is what we're here for, to continue to bring this kind of flavorish knowledge to you.
In case your mother did not tell you, thank you for watching. Until next time, praise it out.
Double Up out.